Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Katie. I'm adding up Addingtons, and it is kind of a cool rainy day here in East Tennessee, but we are doing school, and so I wanted to just take you guys along and show you how I school multiple grades during the day. So I'm going to show you some of the tools and tricks and just also the essentials of how we get that all done. So stick around. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm a mom of 8. We homeschool full-time. We own our company. We are former foster parents. We're an adoptive family. We are a multiracial family. We love to travel and adventure together, and we just talk about all the things over here. We share all of them. So we would love for you to subscribe and stick around because we love to share our adventures with you. All right, so currently I have 4 kids at home still who are homeschooling, and they comprise 3 different grade levels. So I have a 4th grader, a 2nd grader, and 2 kindergartners. So we have 3 grades, and we do 2 different Sonlight Cores with those 3 grades. Yeah, gross. Put it on the porch. Put it on the porch. We'll take it outside. That's why I said stay in, because it's raining. It's gonna get muddy. Right, we use 2 different Sonlight Cores for those 3 grades. So currently my 2nd and 4th graders, my boys, are doing Sonlight level C. I think it's C. They're on their 2nd year's worth of world history. And then my girls are doing, it's an older level, so it's not exactly the same anymore, but it's the pre-K. It's the pre-K history, Bible, literature with, and science. It's pre-K history, Bible, literature, science, and we do the kindergarten language arts with that. So anyway, that is what we have. So I'm going to just show you how we do all of that together. All right, so here's where it all starts. It's where the magic happens. Not really, but whatever. All right, so this is a little 1-inch 3-ring binder. This is where I keep about 6 weeks, I think there's 7 weeks right now, worth of instructor's guides in here. I did a video a while back about how I organize our Sonlight curriculum stuff, so I will link to that down below. But this is just so that I'm not carrying multiple giant 3-inch 3-ring binders around all the time. This is where I put the instructor's guides for about 6 to 7 weeks worth of schoolwork in here. So the front half is the boys, and then you can see like where my numbers start over again back here. This is where the girls' stuff is. So we have, this is history, Bible, literature, science. This is language arts. So I have both of their instructor's guides in here, and I do about 6 to 7 weeks at a time, just because this is easier to pull around. Now, to break it down even further, what I do, let's see, we're on week 10, is I will sit down at the beginning of the week, or sometimes at the end of the previous week, and I will get out these instructor's guides and my 50-cent mom hack notebook. And I will write down a week's worth of the read-alouds that I need to do with everybody. So here are my girls, here are my boys, and what I'm doing is I'm just going down, here's, let's see, today's Thursday, so that's what is on my paper here. So I'm just going to go down the list and write down the books and the pages that I need to read. If there's any reading for language arts, and then this is science, so I have that written down also. So I just go through all of those instructor's guides and write it all down. So these are my read alouds. And then I talk in my productivity hack video about how I have my my most pressing to-dos, and then my meal plan for the day. And I will write out a whole week's worth. So you can see I have tomorrow's already written out. I will fill in meals in the morning as I take stock of our day, and I will pick some to-dos for that. So that is how I prep my work. Let me show you how the kids' stuff works. All right, so now here's how I break down the kids' stuff. They each have their own 50-cent notebook that I will kind of do the same thing. I will sit down at the beginning of the week or the end of the previous week and go through the instructor's guides and pull out all of the individual assignments that they need to do. Now, for the boys, this is Gavrel's, for example. This has... most of this he can do independently, which kind of gives them some responsibility and autonomy, honestly, to where they know what they have to get done during the day. And sometimes, like this morning, you can see Gavrel actually got up early and did all of his because he had other things he wanted to work on. Whereas, like yesterday, you know, Deco was still working on his stuff at dinner time because he did other things during the day. So for this independent work, they have their whole week's worth of assignments in one spot. They don't have to wait for me to tell them what to do every day. And then outside of like their read alouds with me, and you know, you'll see sometimes it says with mom, like if we need to go over a grammar lesson or we're learning something new, or I'm walking them through the steps of pre-writing. Obviously, they need to do that with me. But a lot of the other stuff, they can do independently. So they're not waiting for me to tell them what to do. And they have both the freedom to do it when they want to and the responsibility to make sure it gets done before they are working on other projects. Now, my girls, these are my two kindergarten girls. You can see that I do the same thing. Now, most of their work is not independent. Most of this I sit down and do together with them. But one, this helps me as mom to just see in one place everything that needs to get done that day. Again, rather than like flipping pages back and forth all day long through every lesson. And part of this is me teaching them how to work independently for future reference. So not that they do most of this independently at the kindergarten level right now, but they will get used to having their to-do list and knowing what needs to be done as they get older and start to work a little bit more independently. So this is how I lay out everybody's work, so everybody knows what has to get done and where to find it. So that way we can get moving on our day and not everything is wholly dependent on me directing step by step. So we are here getting ready to start our read alouds. I have Miss Kavannah and Miss Joe, and you guys are in what grade?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. All right, so we are snuggled up on the couch. It's kind of a dreary day today. So we are snuggled up on the couch, and I have my Magic Mom notebook and our stack of school books to read aloud. So here is a general philosophy on the school day with multiple grades is to start with the youngest and work your way up. So I'm going to do the girls read alouds first. Now my older boys and my toddlers are allowed to come and sit in on the read aloud if they want to. And sometimes they choose to do that and sometimes they don't. So right, so we are going to start with the youngest one. That way, while their attention is still focused, we're going to get through their stuff. Now, the boys are today, they're mostly done with their work already. So Deco's reading a book. Gavrel's working on his own little writing and art project. But sometimes they are using this time to work on their independent work with their lists that they already have. And when I am done reading with the girls, I will switch to reading with the boys. And I will do their read-alouds when I'm done with the girls. And then later, when we start to do book work, I will do the girls first and then switch to the boys if they have any questions about their independent work. I know. Any questions they have about their independent work, or if we have a direct lesson that needs to be done. Like today, we are working on a writing assignment, so I will offer some direction on that. And yes. So work youngest to oldest is how I work with multiple grades. This dog is joining us for read aloud. Beagle Bell. The Moabites and their king Balak. Balak was afraid of the Israelites because there were so many of them. Balak was afraid of the Israelites because there were so many of them. He sent for the prophet Balaam to curse them. He wanted Balaam to ask God to send great evil on the Israelites. The Lord said to Balaam, is it funny? Oh my gosh. You're the best. She thinks you got it ready for her. It's okay. I mean, this is great. Elyonah. Oh, turn the camera on and it's like moths. They all come swarming. Alright, I have shared a lot of this on our how we organize our Sonlight curriculum before. But here is kind of school supply central. So we have this, yeah, real life. These are my kids, like these down here are my kids' saving bins, air quotes, for all their various projects and supplies and treasures and things, and it's just a mess. And I just, it's my compromise. I get pretty up here. And this is theirs. It is what it is. All right, so here is our kind of command central for school. So I have my girls' books over here, my boys, most of my boys' books over here, and then this is the boys' science and readers, and then obviously my instructor's guides, and every 6 weeks or so I will swap out the pages from these into my 1-inch 3-ring binder. So I have some other materials and finished work down here, and then I use this basket over here for the books that we have finished. Whoop. I use this basket for the books that we have finished already, so that each of my Sonlight level in one place when I go to pack it up and put it away and get the next one out. What are you doing? I don't want. Moving on to the next stage, I'm done reading with my girls, so we are going to start reading with the boys, and these guys focused a little bit differently. Their learning styles are a little bit differently, so they are actually going to be here building with some Legos as long as they are listening. Right, gentlemen?
Yeah. Yeah!
So they are going to build with some Legos while I am reading aloud. I've got my new book stack. I've got my Magic Mom list. Got a few babies screaming in the background. It's just real life. That's the way it goes. So they are gonna be over here at Lego Central. Yes, we have a dedicated table, chairs, shelving system, all the things, just for Legos. All right, we got some lunch happening. Awesome lunch happening. Alright, so I have touched on this a few other times, but one of the ways that we make all the different read-alouds work using multiple Sonlight Cores is I read. I do our primary read-aloud at lunchtime. The fog held for days. The Welsh could not get beyond the outer wall of the castle, and the English inside could not tell what strength the enemy possessed. All right, we're done with lunch. Everybody else is gone. All the plates are empty. We didn't quite get through our read aloud all the way, but it's time for this little miss to go to bed. Are you gonna take a nap? Are you gonna take a nap, sister baby? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna put her to bed, and then I will do most of my direct instruction seat work with the other kids while she's sleeping. Because if you've seen my homeschooling with little ones video, I do take advantage of those nap times and bedtimes as I can. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, boyos. We're on the home stretch here. So, we've done all of our reading, all of our read aloud, history, Bible, poetry. Everything. The last thing is something you have to do with Mom, which is a writing project. We are in our final stages of schoolwork here. We are doing the girls' written seat work. They are here with me. I have their assignment list and my instructor's guide, which is still open to what I just did with the boys. But
Mom, I didn't want this.
we are working on math, and then once the boys are over here
6, Mama?
writing, or supposed to be writing. Declan, you kind of look like you're drawing pictures. Gavrel's working on writing a first-person journal entry as a book character. And
Mama, what?
so once this stuff is done here, we are done for the day.
And we're gonna go to CAK.
Yep, we gotta take Gavrel to cross-country practice in a little bit. So that is kind of the end of our day.
And guess what? We have a big watermelon.
We're gonna wrap it up here. So thanks for coming along with us today. Hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of how we school multiple grades and multiple Sonlight levels together with just one mama. And let me know if you have any other questions in the comments down below. Again, thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun family adventures, and we will see you next time.
I don't have a wake song.
Bye.